I'm Jairus and I'm from Cagayan de Oro. Recently relocated and based myself again in Mindanao. What got me here was because of this emerging new old industry. I think the new applications of bamboo has really gotten me interested in the industry as a whole and what the industry can become. I really believe that the industry is comprised of specific key individuals who have various talents and at the same time the same interest. So what got me here was really because I wanted to really learn the intricacies and the fundamentals of what bamboo is as a grass or as a crop, from production to how it's handled to its application. I think it's a beautiful material, very interesting because each piece has its own personality. However, the finished product, coupled with a visionary of an architect or someone with a vision on how to apply it, is very, very interesting. From an economic standpoint, the jobs that it can create is quite substantial. The idle land that this particular crop or plant can do is enormous. But I think it starts with understanding it. It starts with studying what it's comprised of. So yeah, that's what got me here. I think there are a lot of answers that were answered during the camp. I had a lot of questions on its durability, of course for safety, its financial viability as well, if it's possible. So many of the answers have been answered during the boot camp. However, there's still so much to learn. Because for me, it was just because it grows freely here in Mindanao. It's endemic here. But I didn't realize that there's so many varieties, number one. Obviously, there's a lot of varieties, but the applications of these varieties is what I learned here. What was for structural, what's for beautifying an area, what's used, how it's treated, of course. What are the post-harvest activities that has to be done to treat it properly for its durability, longevity. So yeah, I didn't realize how much of an understanding you have to get into. A lot of questions were formulated during the boot camp, and I think it's a lifetime of curiosity. But what's important and what I got out of this is the network of people growing that knowledge together. I think that's important. Yes, you can read about it, but it's also different when you hear it from people who have experienced using it in the application process. So, yeah. I think the best way to influence people is applying it or contributing something to the industry. First of all, it's the availability of it too. It's not an overnight material. In fact, you have to grow it for years before you can actually apply it. I think influence comes if there's people confident enough and have shown proof of concept. That's always important. I think it's a community that influences each other. Again, like I go back to what I said earlier, it's key individuals who have a shared understanding and shared respect for this particular crop, and that's what makes an industry. So there's so much more, there's so much ingenuity that's still uncovered or that needs to be recovered from the past. So yeah, where do I go from here? I think it's going to the source. It's multiplying the source. It's knowing how how bamboo can, number one, help mitigate floods, number one. Number two, how it can provide livelihood for people. For me, I'll be working on the availability of material from the seedling to different areas in the country. But at the same time, it's really getting more people to learn about it from different statuses in life. from the rural community to the urban community. Yeah, and I think it's about respecting. Bamboo brought us together. Bamboo put perspective in life, and the Bamboo Bootcamp was a great avenue for that. So thank you, Bamboo Bootcamp, for this platform. So, yeah. I think the bond that was created in the past couple of days was important for everyone to get out of their cycle and their routines. We all have our routines. But again, it's that mutual respect and how we want to contribute. You guys have done a great job in starting the momentum. And I think the momentum will continue as people talk about it more, apply it more, think about ways on how to make it viable from different applications, from farm to processing to logistics to application. But it's definitely an emerging industry, and I think it's been a sleeping giant all this time. And what triggered that is definitely the knowledge accumulated here in the Bamboo Bootcamp. Bamboo teaches me there's wounds and scars along the way. It humbles you, really. Yeah, bamboo, interesting. It's an interesting crop. So, yeah, thank you, Bamboo Bootcamp.